Mr. Karim, please.
Well, thank you and good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for joining with us today. I'd like to start off, first of all, by acknowledging the tremendous work that has been done by my colleague and friend Axel Voss in getting this file to this particular stage. I can tell you, in 15 years of having been a member of this Parliament, I have seen nothing like what we went through on this particular file, and that caught me by surprise. I was not expecting this at all. Now, for me personally, I'm just going to add to what's already been said rather than repeat any of that. But for me, my personal priority really was to ensure that right holders and creators could actually carry on making a living from their innovation and from their work and their creativity within the creative industries, and that their exclusive economic rights, including communication to the public, were protected. And one of the things that we've been able to do here is that the responsibility to respect exclusive economic rights shifts from users to the online service providers. And I know there's been a huge amount of pushback in relation to all of that. But there's one or two general points that I want to make. All of the details of what have been said, I completely agree with all of that. But the fact of the matter is this: the internet is not and cannot be an unregulated space. It has developed in a way that has created a fundamental imbalance that is completely eating away at creativity in the European Union. And what I really fail to understand with so many of the platforms is that actually, if you are not going to provide the right circumstances for creativity to keep being reborn again and again and again, then ultimately you are finishing yourselves. So please stop treating what we are doing here as some sort of attack upon you. It is not. If you look at what we have done, this is in your interests. It is in the interests of the citizens of Europe. It serves all of us. And it reminded me a little bit, I mean, when we're dealing with trade negotiations here, and quite often you have monopoly interests from traditional industries that have been around for centuries. They behave exactly in the way that we've had to experience here from some platforms, not all, but some. And in particular, I want to highlight this letter, this email that we all received regarding Wikipedia. You know, there's a very fine line between engaging in the democratic process in order to persuade policymakers to vote or think in a certain way. But actually, when I read that letter, I regarded it as nothing less than sinister. I am a lawyer by background. I could tell that that letter had been drafted, redrafted, read, proofread to make sure it was just on the right side of the line. That is unacceptable. And that is why our Parliament procedurally pushed back in the way that it did today. And I'm extremely proud that eventually enough colleagues actually protected democracy in this House today. I could carry on to make some more comments in relation to that. I won't. The very last point I want to make is the point that was made by Commissioner Ansip in relation to text and data mining, and that my country, of course, within the European Union, is a leader on that. At the time we were undertaking the trilogue and negotiations, I made the point in that room that actually we've got to get this right, because once the United Kingdom leaves the European Union, you guys are going to find yourselves back here 12 months from now because we simply didn't deal with the issue by grabbing it by the horns. I feel far more comfortable actually saying that half of what I said was hopefully wrong, and the United Kingdom is going to be around for quite a long time yet, the way things are going. Thank you.